EPG Pathshala. This module is an introduction to non-stationary time series. Non-stationary time series is used when there is no stationarity in the data. So first we will discuss in this module the behavior of non-stationary time series. After that we will discuss types of non-stationary time series, the methods how to remove non-stationarity from the data, and after that at the last we will discuss stochastic process non-stationary time series. In this module we will also discuss some tools from R programming. So it is essential that user must have some previous knowledge of programming language. That will be very helpful for that person to understand this module in a depth. So let's start with this module of non-stationary time series. In practical cases, the data of time series are available in the raw form. That means one cannot apply the time series tools and techniques on them in direct manner. In most of the cases, data of time series are far away from stationarity. In original time series, there are many types of fluctuations available like variability in mean, variability in variance, volatility, and relation with other variables. Forecasting of respective time series cannot be done in the presence of these fluctuations. If forecasting will be done with fluctuations, mean variance of the forecastic value will fluctuate. Thus, stationary time series is considered as standard time series for forecasting because mean and variance value of the forecast value remains same as the original time series. There is no change or significant difference on the mean and variance values as time passes on. One can use this stationary series to make better forecasting of the series. Hence, stationary process is an essential condition for accurate forecasting. If the time series is non-stationary, then one need to remove non-stationarity factors from the series and convert into a stationary process. Let us suppose a case of asset price in the share or property market. As asset prices are recorded at a particular time period, recorded prices fluctuate over time, which means there is no stability in various statistical characteristics of the object like mean and variance. If we are interested in the prediction of the future asset value, then predicted future asset value will not be accurate and reliable due to instability in the characteristics of the prices that is measured through statistical properties such as mean, variance and covariance of the recorded data. It means statistical properties are not constant, it varies over time. From previous module, introduction to time series, if statistical properties are constant over time, respective data are known as stationary data and the process is known as stationary process. If stationarity condition does not hold either strong or weak, then the process is considered as a non-stationary. One can also use the term non-stationarity from this type of the process. Now the definition of stationary process is if the statistical property of the recorded data are changing over time, that means mean and variance are not constant. Recorded data is known as non-stationary data and the process is known as non-stationary process or non-stationary time series. This type of non-stationarity condition is mostly seen in financial and economic field as financial market shows either increasing and decreasing trend or fluctuation in the market. There is among the best example to understand non-stationarity. Behavior of non-stationary time series. In this section, some most important key feature will be discussed about behavior of non-stationary, such as if the graphical representation of the recorded data shows upward or downward trend, cycles, random walk, with or without combination of trend, cycles and random walk, then time series non-stationarity data. and have non-stationarity conditions. In the following figure, one can see the different components and their combination that exist among different time series through different colors for better understanding. Here the red color represents trend plus cycle, and the orange represent the trend. So it means when we have in our data trend plus cycle, that is represented through red line, orange line is represented through trend, purple represents the random walk plus trend, green line represents cycles, and blue line represents random walk. So these are the features of these components in our time series data that one can easily visualize from this figure. The term like random walk etc. will be discussed further for better understanding of the concept in the module. Non-stationary data possess non-stability into the mean and variance in long term. This means that variance goes to infinity as time goes infinite, and mean value never becomes stable on one value as time passes. Non-stationarity data cannot be predicted, modeled and forecasted due to presence of non-stability factors that lead to variation in the values of statistical properties like mean variance over time. To get consistent and reliable outcome of non-stationary data, there is need to transform non-stationary data into stationary data. Under stationarity condition, forecasted value will be consistent and reliable. So there are some types of non-stationarity processes, and these are very helpful in transformation of the non-stationary process. Before discussing the transformation of non-stationary time series into stationary time series, different types of non-stationarity process will be discussed here. Some well-known non-stationarity process are random walk without drift, random walk with drift, and third one is deterministic trend, random walk. In simple term, random walk is a sequence of random changes either in the variable or process subject to condition. Random walk is also defined as a path taken by a point and quantity that moves in step and direction of the each step will be decided randomly. Suppose you want to predict chances of accident of a drunk who is walking on road. One truck is coming toward him and he is walking randomly. He is in the middle of the road now and truck is coming toward him. He takes step randomly left, right, forward or backward from the current position. You cannot predict if that person will meet with an accident because he is taking steps randomly in random direction. Drunk person takes move step by step randomly, so this process is known as random walk. Now let us discuss statistical definition of the random walk in statistical term. Random walk is a stochastic process consisting of a sequence of change in stepwise manner, each of which step characteristics is determined by chance or randomly. Random walk theory is mostly used in stock prices and exchange rate. Random walk is discussed in two ways in literature. One is random walk without drift and other is random walk with drift. So first we will discuss about random walk without drift. Random walk without drift simply is a random walk in which today's stock price will be equal to yesterday's stock price plus a random stock. This is a non-mean reverting process, which means that it can move towards positive and negative side and variance changes as time changes in long run, so that it cannot be predicted. The mathematical expression for random walk without drift is given as P subscript t is equal to P subscript t minus 1 plus ut, where Pt represents the price of the stock at time t and P subscript t minus 1 is the price of stock at time t minus 1. U subscript t is the variable that takes positive or negative values. Now coming out to definition of random walk with drift. Random walk with drift tomorrow, that means tomorrow value will be equal to the today's values plus drift plus random variable. Drift is the constant and average values of the measuring change. It can be used to measure trend cycle. It is not accurately predictable because there is no constant mean and variance. Mathematical expression for the random walk with drift is given as p subscript t is equal to beta plus p subscript t minus 1 plus u subscript t, where p subscript t is the price of the stock at time t, beta is the constant factor, p subscript t minus 1 is the price of stock at time t minus 1, ut is a variable that takes positive or negative value. Now it is essential to that one must know how to remove stationarity from the data. So some of the techniques for removing stationarity is given here. Non-stationarity means lack of stationarity. In other words, the absence of stationarity or stability of statistical properties in the data. Lack of stationarity is caused by the presence of non-stationarity factors like deterministic trend, deterministic cycle, etc. It is important to detect these factors at the initial stage so that after removing these factors, one can apply statistical models to forecast prospective values for the original time series. Now the most important method that is used to remove stationarity is least square method, and it is used for the elimination of trend in the data. Least square method is used to measure trend component. Basically the purpose of measurement of component technique is to first identify the component, then isolate it and eliminate from the data if possible, as some of the components like irregular variation of random term is difficult to eliminate completely from the data or series. There are many methods like moving average method, method of semi-average that are available in the literature, but least square method is the best method among all the methods to eliminate trend. Actually, time series cannot remove overall trend. A time series will always keep some trend value, but least square method remove trend as possible as it can. Least square method is the simplest and widely used method because of its unbiasedness property. One can see the detailed procedure of this method that is already discussed in the module measurement of secular trend. One can refer this module for mathematical formulation of the method. Least square method removes all types of trend like linear trend, quadratic trend, curvilinear trend and exponential trend, etc. Now we are coming to the method that is used for removing non-stationarity, that is called differencing or unit root test. Before future forecasting of a time series, respective time series should be stationary time series, since stationary time series have constant mean and variance in the long run. Forecasting is a very important features of time series. Most of time series show variability in original data. They are not applicable to forecast future values. There is need to transform non-stationary data into stationary data. Merely stationary time series provide better and consistent result to any recorded data due to stability prevails in the statistical property. So in literature there are many methods available to transform the non-stationary process into stationary process, but differencing is very important method for transformation. Differencing method is also known as unit root test. Differencing is a method that is to determine the recorded data. In this method, difference of variable are taken. The difference is taken on the basis of the characteristics of the recorded data. Suppose there is a random process that is noted by Pt. The first difference of a series is given at delta Pt, which is equal to Pt minus 1. If after taking first differencing the process will fulfill the requirement for the stationarity, then the transformed process derived from the original process is stationary time series, and the original process or time series is called integrated to order 1 and denoted by I into I bracket 1 closed. If the first difference does not fulfill the requirement of the stationarity, then there is a need to take second differencing by the equation that is given here as double delta p subscript t or delta square pt delta pt minus delta pt minus 1. If the second difference follow, stationarity property, then second difference is stationary but not the original time series. Then the original series is considered as integrated of order 2 and denoted by I2. If a process denoted d times in order to induce stationarity, then the series is called integrated of order d and denoted by id. Now coming out how we can remove seasonal non-stationarity using seasonal differencing. If time series is affected by seasonal factors and man-made factors, time series has seasonal variation. Seasonal variation shows short-term movements in the time series like daily, hourly, weekly, monthly, quarterly, but less than a year. There are many methods discussed in the module measurement of seasonal cyclic and regular variation to measure seasonal cyclic and regular components. There is one more method to eliminate seasonal variation from the respective time series. This method is known as seasonal differencing. Seasonal differencing is based on the season factor. If time series is affected by the monthly seasonal factors, seasonal differencing will be taken on 12 periods. In that case, differencing is done in fractions rather than integers. Similarly, this can happen for other seasonal factors. For example, let us consider that the time series PT records the monthly average temperature in India. A model is of form PT is equal to alpha plus beta subscript t plus u subscript t, where alpha is a constant parameter value, beta t is the periodic function with period 12, qt is the stationary time series. Then the seasonal difference P subscript T can be defined as delta 1 to P overall T, which is equal to P T minus P subscript T minus 12, which is equal to UT minus UT minus 12. One can see that this seasonal differencing is stationarity. So one can say that after seasonal differencing, series can be reconstructed. Now after taking the seasonal difference, the term series is called stationary. Other method to remove non-stationarity is method of moving average. Method of moving average is used to measure trend component. Moving average method are also used to eliminate periodic variation from the time series. Method of moving average have some loss of information from the given time series. This method is very simple and based on the sum period. So based on the same period, this period decide on the basis of time series movement. Number of cycles defines the period of moving average period. Moving average method is discussed in the previous module, that is measurement of secular trend in detail. If one is interested, then one can refer this module for detailed learning. Stochastic time series process. After addressing a non-stationarity time series to stationary time series, next step is to fit a model on the respective time series. Many time series stochastic models are used to fit a transformed time series. Most widely used and important stochastic models are discussed here. These are autoregressive integrated moving average and integrated moving average model, and it is also called ARIMA and IM. Autoregressive integrated moving average process. An autoregressive integrated moving average process can be noted as ARIMA with the order P, D and Q, where time series non-stationarity. We cannot directly apply ARIMA because there is a factor of non-stationarity involved in the data. So first we have to take differencing and then apply the ARIMA model. Then the model is called ARIMA. Thus first we have to convert non-stationarity series to stationary series by taking differencing. After differencing d times, we will get series that fulfill the requirement of stationarity. Then we can apply ARIMA with order P and Q model on the difference series, and the original model is known as ARIMA with order P, D and Q, where P is the number of lags of the dependent variable, that is denoted as AR term. D is the number of differencing required to take in order to make the series stationarity. Q is the number of lags of the error term. Now the next model is integrated moving average model. An integrated moving average model can be represented as IMA with order D and Q. An integrated moving average is simply an ARIMA model with P is equal to 0. So it means if we have a Riemann model and if we put the value of P is equal to 0, then it is coming out to be integrated moving average model. So IMA model is same as ARIMA with parameter as 0, D and Q. The IMA with D and Q as order is a moving average which has been integrated D times. Here we study the simplest case, that is IMA 1 comma 1, that is means D is equal to 1 and Q is equal to 1. So it is also called ARIMA with order 0, 1 comma 1. This model is written as ZT minus 1, which is equal to ET minus AET minus 1, where A lies between minus 1 and 1 because of invariability condition, and since D is equal to 1, the series is non-stationarity. So here we discuss one example here, that is example of quarterly data for the consumer price index and gross domestic product of the UK company. Here this time series will use to check non-stationarity. If it is non-stationary, then convert it into stationarity and find out appropriate stochastic model. So here we are using some software, that is eViews and R, to check non-stationarity in the time series. Steps are given below. To see the characteristics of time series, the first step is to plot the data. One can see from figure 2 that represent the plot of the data. This shows the deterministic trend in the data. So this time series non-stationarity time series. The second step is to transform the non-stationary into stationary time series by taking differencing and plot it. So from the figure 2 you can see the plot of differencing time series. One can see that difference time series is stationary time series. One can take log to smooth the time series. So after taking log, we can easily smooth out the values of the series, and so we can easily see there is coming out to be line, straight line. Log time series show non-stationarity and differencing of its stationary time series. So next step is to find out the order of stochastic time series. To find out the order, we require the values of or the plot of ACF and PCF values, that is kilogram for the differenced log time series. Figure 3 shows the PACF value that decreases to 0 after one spike, and ACF value decreases to 0 after 5 spikes. So according to kilogram, ARIMA model is fitted with AR1 and MA5. So possible models are ARMA with order 1, 1, ARMA with 1, 2, ARMA with 1, 3, ARMA with 1, 4 and ARMA with 1, 5. Estimation of ARMA model. Now from the these figures you can easily see the values of the different components like coefficients, AR value, MA value, and based upon the we have to choose our model. So figure 4a, 4b, 4c, 4d, we have to compare with the values of adjusted R square, and the most appropriate value, the most closed value of R square is equal to 1, that model is good for our situation. So coefficient column shows parameter values like alpha, beta, theta for all the models. So probability column shows whether parameter is significant or not. Parameter is significant if the probability value is less than 0.05, otherwise not. Here significant means that parametric value is acceptable. Adjusted R square means how much data is fitted by the model. In other words, how much model is successful in explaining the variation of the data. From table 1, that value shows the combined result of all possible ARMA model. From all these models, we have to choose one of the best and appropriate model. The term degree of freedom is used in this model. It means independent observation data included in the respective model. So here from the table 1, we can see on the top of the column we have different models, and the left hand side we have different values of the statistics, and we from the adjusted R square values we have to choose which model is best for our situation. So from the table from 1 the second row to 7th row we have values of t statistics that are used to test the significance of the parameter. ARMA with order 1 comma 5 and ARMA with order 1 comma 4 are the most appropriate model among other models because their adjusted R square value is greater than all the possible time series model, that is coming out to be 0.218 and 0.23. Since ARMA with order 1 comma 5 is not appropriate model because moving average with order 5 is not significant. So moving average 5 is not significant because it is less than 0.05. So one can pick this by fitting the moving average with order 5 model on the data using the software. So we are using here eView software to do this type of calculation. One can use R language, but the value is coming out to be same. Thus ARMA 1 comma 5 is the most appropriate one from the values that we get from the adjusted R square value. It has adjusted R square that is higher than all the models. It satisfies the stationarity condition. So one can conclude that ARMA with order 1 comma 4 is a parsimonious model for GDP data of UK company. So based upon this example we can easily see that how we have to see what type of components we have in the model. First we have to remove these components using different techniques that we already discussed in our previous slides, and after removing these components we have to see which model is best appropriate for our situation. And here we find out that ARMA with order 1 comma 4 is most appropriate from the available models to predict the GDP of UK company. Hence, in this module, we discuss different types of non-stationarity, behaviors of non-stationarity. After this, we discuss many methods to remove non-stationarity from the data, that is differencing method, unit root method, method of moving averages. So one has to use these method to remove non-stationarity from the data, and after removing one should be aware which model is most appropriate for fitting the model on the data. So we discussed the steps here. Hope you understand it. Thank you.